Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Tuesday evening. Welcome to the show. Tonight's topic, war. We're going to talk about war, and we're going to, touch on politics as well. But war, you don't have to know a whole lot about politics to understand where we might be headed as a nation, okay? Thus, the title, Iran widens missile attacks, opening the gates of hell, okay? I've got two sources. I'm going to play some of their footage, so I'm going to be getting up to speed myself, all right? Also, you see that showrunner? Is today's woman ungrateful? Now, your grandmothers were queens. Your great-grandmothers were goddesses. They knew how to work the land. They knew how to plant gardens. They knew how to enforce reading, writing, and arithmetic for all the babies. They even enforced some type of religion, morals, ethics, and values. They didn't just cook and clean. And a lot of the older women had an understanding, catch this, of longitude and latitude. Longitude and latitude, okay? But I'm talking about today's woman. Microwave queens, tatted up. When I was coming up, there was a saying that the only people who had tattoos were whores and sailors. Whores and sailors. So I want to focus on today's woman. Is she ungrateful? What is her value? What is her ROI? You've heard me speak about this over the decades. Return on investment. Phone lines are now open. It's Tuesday evening. Thank you to everyone in the armed forces. You allow me to smoke my fine cigars, sip a cocktail here, when I do this show and enjoy life. Thank you. Somebody has to die. I hate to say it like that, but somebody has to die for this freedom that we have here, okay? Hi, Lydia. I got your donation earlier. Thank you so much. Jamel, I got your donation. Is it Kashmir? Okay. Thank you for your service, Kashmir. He says, Iraq and Afghanistan Army combat veteran. Salute to you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go to the phones. Let's all take our time here. It's going to be a long night. Please watch the language. Unless you're donating to the machine. Area code 4. I'm sorry, 678. Are you ready? 678. Good evening.
Watch the language.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's going on?
We're talking about war tonight. Do you have any knowledge, or are you just smoking and you just want to talk crazy? Where are we going?
No. This Kashmir happening.
Oh, hey, man, I got your donation. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
Hey, appreciate it.
Okay.
So I've been to Iraq twice, 18 months, 15 months, Afghanistan, 13 months, 11 months.
Salute.
Iraq was on the ground, Afghanistan was in the air. So yeah, you want to talk about seeing rockets and waking up the incoming and sirens going off? Yeah, we did that every day. Seeing a rocket is kind of like seeing a football on fire. And you hear whistles, and when you hear whistles, that's missiles coming in.
Okay. Can I ask how old are you?
So people say,
how old are you?
I just turned. Well, I didn't just turn, but I'm about to turn 41.
Okay.
So I'm still young.
Okay.
I got in when I was 19.
Well, most of us here in America, we cannot even understand what you went through, and we're spoiled Americans. So we live the life of being spoiled because of people like yourself. But what is it that we don't understand and will never understand about war? Because a lot of people talk that hard shit, but I know guys who talk that real tough shit, but they can't stand the sight of blood. What is it that we will never understand, Americans?
I'll never get over a smell. A smell is something that's going to always stick with you, a scent.
Okay.
And the scent of blood, a scent of blood on fire, in a sense.
Okay.
That's something that's never going to change. Never going to change you. Like, you're never going to get that smell up out of you. And I would say just some people have fears because you can go to sleep, but that don't mean you're going to wake up. you know, and out there, like, that happens every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we had something before we got on a flight one time. We had getting ready to head out, and they said, get in the circle. So we got in the circle, and they said, look at the man to your left and the man to your right. Might not be coming back with you.
Right.
And that was real. And then they gave us these little bags, and you kind of look at it, and it's a black bag. I'm like, what is this? It's a body bag. Pack it with your stuff. Pack it with your gear.
Hang on. So you carry your own body bag?
I'm not saying your own body bag, but
body bag.
You never know when you have to use it.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, just in case your friend or your whoever's with you, in case you need to put them in the body bag. Okay.
Yeah, and out there we call those hero missions whenever our own people fall.
Okay.
I dealt with a lot of those, bringing soldiers that were in close combat out there getting killed because IEDs and stuff like that on the road, which was common. That was every day. I was an IED chaser. So at nighttime, we chased down the guys that put the bombs in the road.
Okay.
So that in the morning, when our convoy come through, or late night when our convoy come through, they'll get blasted by the IED in the road. So we chased after those guys.
So you've seen people's feet and legs get blown off?
Correct. A lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but also, you know, like flying, I had to be a combat medic also. So, you know, I had to deal with a lot of that. Put IVs, you know, you got to use tourniquets. You got to cut off the bloodstream, you know, just crazy stuff that you wouldn't even think a 21, 22, 23-year-old would be doing.
Let me ask you a question, because we are so consumed with propaganda in movies. A lot of people always say it's like in that movie, you know, but in reality, I'm sure it's very, very different in combat. Is there a point when somebody, as you just said, will lose a foot or a leg stepping on a mine, and they're still conscious, but you have to make the decision that they're not going to make it? You ever faced with that?
Of course.
What do you do?
Some of your own friends that you came up with,
right?
You know, you see get killed out there, and it's like, okay, like take for example, I'm standing outside, waiting to grab some stuff, and all of a sudden rockets come in, incoming. I see a guy right in front of me get blown down there in pieces. So it's like, you know, you get to a point where you start getting numb to it also. But it's not every.
So legally, hold on. I don't want you to say anything to incriminate yourself. So legally, do you have the authority to? And I know I'm not saying the right choice of words here. Euthanize someone to put them out of their pain. Do you have that authority, or do you can't do that?
No. I've never done anything like that. I wouldn't say I've taken it to that extreme. I mean, I've been there for some people's last moments, yes. Right. But being the ultimate decider of their life, you know, that's on them.
Okay. Well, the reason why I asked that is because, you know, in the hood, even I've been in a situation where somebody who's with you gets shot, and you'd say, "Leave that nigga right there. Let's get out of here."
No.
Totally.
I'll never leave a fallen comrade. No, I'll never leave a fallen comrade.
Totally different scenario, but you know, sometimes you gotta say, and leave that nigga right there. Let's get out of here. Go ahead.
Exactly. The streets is a beast like that, you know.
Right.
And I grew up in Philly, so trust me, I definitely know about that side of it.
Okay. So again, thank you for your service. I'm going to be playing a few more clips here because I'm not fully up to speed. Anything else you want to make mention of? Are you in the reserves? Might you be called back?
No. I get a check. I'm 100%.
Nice.
I'm 100%. PTSD 100%.
And is it fair to say that the military uses more drones now than boots on the ground, or is it still the thing to put people on the ground to send them in? You know, or what is the protocol
like
first?
2000, I would say like because I was going out there around 2006. Okay. So 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically, all through my 20s, I was deployed.
Okay.
So it was drones everywhere, to be honest. It's just that we didn't know. Well, not that you know, saying we as in the American people. The American people didn't know it was really a lot of drones. It was definitely a lot of drones, but it's definitely a lot more drones out now.
Yeah.
But people get freaked out with the drones. So you know, that causes his own PTSD. And I respect to those that do it.
Okay. Thank you for the call and thank you for your support. Have a great evening.
Salute.
Yes, sir. Salute. Okay. All right. We're talking about war. Iran has widened missile attacks, opening the gates of hell. I got more videos to play so we can all be in tune here. Okay. Can I give you a little context about this showrunner? Is today's woman ungrateful? Again, your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers, they were a different class, a different pedigree, breed, if you will. So we're not talking about them. We're talking about the scatel, vanity-driven women of today, you know. An associate, not a friend, but an associate of mine, and it'll probably hit the news down in Atlanta. Got his shit rocked in his own front. Got his shit rocked in his own front yard. His wife was whooping and barking because their daughter, their 18-year-old daughter, catch this, was having some type of argument with the boyfriend in the front yard. Now, they moved from New Jersey down to Atlanta, as so many people do. You think you're going down there to get some property, but what you're really getting into is home invasions, carjackings, and all sorts of that shit. And they're building, pardon me, I think they completed Cop City. Anyway, he goes out into the front yard, gets his shit rocked by the boyfriend. He goes back in the house, grabs his gun because his wife, again, was amping up the set when she, in my opinion, should have said, call the police. Call the police. He comes outside. He starts dumping the llama. You guys know what the llama is? Sean G, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Let me know if you want to call in. You guys know what the llama is? He starts dumping the llama. Shoots the boyfriend in the chest. The boyfriend's still alive, but he shot one of his daughter's boyfriend's friends in the back. The nigga was trying to get out of Dodge. His life is now fucked, my associate. Can you imagine moving from New Jersey down to Georgia, killing somebody, and then he's probably going to spend a decade in a Georgia prison? Boy, no way, boy. The wife should have said, call the police rather than coming back in and amping up the set. Let's go to the phone lines. I want to take our time this evening. Are you there? Area code 630. We're talking about war. And is today's woman ungrateful? Area code 630.
Hey, what's going on, Star? What's up, baby?
Yes,
What's up?
How are you? Where do you want to start?
I'm doing good. Calling out of Chicagoland area. Watched you a long time. But I saw your show today, and I'm just a little, I'm angry, I'm sad. I just feel like this is an unnecessary war that we've gotten ourselves into. And I was looking at the video that you put up, and I'm just like, it's just chaos is unfolding.
Propaganda, sir.
It's
It's all propaganda, smoke and mirrors, and a diversion. Can we agree on that?
I agree on that. I believe it is a diversion. I do. I believe it is to get us off the Epstein files. I do.
Of course.
I believe that. I do believe that. But at the end of the day, people are still dying because of it. You understand?
Somebody's got to die, sir, for this freedom. Can we agree on that? Somebody's got to die, sir. From 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, somebody's got to die. And oil is worth dying for. Yes, no?
That's a loaded question, Star. That's a loaded question right there. Is oil worth dying for? I don't know.
The sexy, highly intelligent Ann Coulter. She's the one who I first heard say that oil is worth dying for. Go ahead.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think your family is worth dying for. I think your children are worth dying for. You know, but I don't know about oil. You know, I don't know. But I just hate to see us in this war now. I mean, we have a lot of things going on in our country that we need to be focused on here. We don't need to keep trying to save the world. We have people in America that need help and we need to save ourselves. You know, I can't take the food out of my house and take it over to my neighbor to feed his kids and my kids are starving. I can't do that. So, you know.
Can I ask how old are you, sir? And you sound like an intelligent man. Are you semi-retired?
I'm 40. No, I'm 48. I'm 48 years old. I work, I work for a utility company. I'm a blue collar guy.
Okay.
You know, been blue collar my whole.
You're a union man. You're a union man.
Union man for sure. Union strong here in Illinois always. But
can I jump in, sir? Just hang on a second. Stay with me.
You can.
So you
yes.
You benefit from white supremacy and the beautiful bullshit that we all take part in. You go to your phone. Sir, no giggling. Sir, no giggling. No giggling. Let's have a conversation. Okay.
Okay.
You benefit from the bullshit. You like everybody else. Sir, can I speak? I'll let you speak. Can I speak?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'm sorry.
We're all doom scrolling, looking at fat asses. We're all looking at niggas getting shot, niggas catching slugs in the mug. We laugh, we chuckle. You're in the union, so you've got health care, you've got a dental, you're working towards a pension.
Yes.
Working towards a pension.
Yes.
Look at God, white supremacy, beautiful thing. Come on, man.
I hear you. I benefit from our great country. I love America. I love America with all its faults. Yeah. And that's why I feel like we have a right to criticize her. You know, I love my children, but when they do things that I don't approve of, I'm gonna give some correction.
Okay. Listen, I appreciate what you're saying, sir, but can we just land your plane? Let me ask you this: is today's woman ungrateful? I'm not asking you to follow my lead, but you have a good woman? Are you married? What's your situation?
No, I have a good woman, but I do feel like there is some truth to that we do have a lot of ungrateful women today. I do believe that. We have a lot of ungrateful women in particularly our country. Yes, I do.
All right. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Thank you. Salute.
Okay, all right. Let's say this woman ungrateful. Went out into the front yard and got his shit rocked by a 19-year-old, went back in the house. The wife should have said, baby, I'm calling the police. Put the gun down. It's not that serious. Hold on a second. Alejandro, I got your donation. Okay, I got that email you sent, but I want to stay on topic, all right? Erica got your donation. Thank you very much. Eric says for the algorithm. Okay. Luis, are you calling in, sir? If not, I got your donation, Luis. Okay, let's pick up the pace here. Area code 401. We're talking about war, and Iran has widened the missile attacks. Are you up to speed?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I want to bring a point of view into this that I think that may be a little unpredicted. I'm going to say that the greatest white man of all time has been vindicated. The greatest white man of my time, not of all time, I'm sorry, of my time, which is Bill Cooper.
Okay.
Who is also the guy, before I say what he stated, he's also the guy who predicted 9/11 and then got shot to death like 60 days after 9/11. Yeah. But this guy said Israel was placed where it is to bring in Armageddon, to bring in the end of the nations, and to form one nation. Mm-hmm. He said that.
So, are you Caucasian? Who am I speaking to?
I'm half Caucasian.
Okay. Most religious doctrines have already predicted, by way of prophecies.
Right.
Well,
right.
Hang on, sir. I let you speak. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Most of your religious doctrines have predicted what's going on right now by way of prophecies because, history always repeats itself. So, I hear you trying to, the greatest white man. I mean, that sounds hot, sir, but, we're living this. Right?
I'm not going religious with it start. I'm not even bringing up
No.
I'm not bringing up
I heard you, riding the tip of an Ofe. Yeah, I know what.
No, I'm not writing. Listen. I'm not writing the tip. I'm just stating that this man stated clearly. He's the one. He's the only one.
Right.
If you look at Alex Jones, all the truther, all these guys who conspiracy theorists, truther.
Come on.
I'm just saying he stated what's gonna happen. Like if you just look, he stated it's gonna happen today. You dig? That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to ride his tip.
So if you hang on, sir, let's have a conversation, sir.
Okay, let's have a conversation.
So if you knew this was coming, if you knew he predicted this, what did you do to help society? Did you go tell anybody? Yo, I know what's gonna happen. I'm just asking.
No. Why would I do that? I would go to a mental facility if I did that. You can't do stuff like that in today's world. You can't tell people what's actually the truth because they're gonna put you in a mental facility. You have to just live your life in it.
You ever heard of Nostradamus, sir?
What I called in to say was that he's vindicated.
Sir, I heard you. Have you ever heard of Nostradamus?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So long before a lot of other people, he made predictions and so on and so forth. Okay, so where are we now? Where are we now with what's going on?
But we wasn't alive for Nostradamus. We was alive for this guy. He was a radio guy,
Sir, I want to have a conversation, please. I don't want to yell on top of each other. You speak, then I speak.
I'm not yelling. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I come off.
Take it easy. So go ahead, land your plane, or do you want to address the showrunner? Is today's woman ungrateful? Please.
Is today's woman ungrateful? I think today's woman is just guided by nonsense. Ungrateful? Yes, absolutely. I would say they're ungrateful. Absolutely.
I appreciate
today's woman is absolutely ungrateful.
Appreciate the call. Thank you, sir.
All right, boy.
Thank you. I want you to talk, but if you know something's going to happen, alert people. Yo, this is going down. We kind of assumed this, didn't we? I have another showrunner coming up shortly. Bear with me. Hakeem. Yes, Hakeem. We spoke about power from the Wu-Tang Clan. Yes, if you want to call in, put some respect on his name. Tonight's the night to talk about these things, okay? Hold on a second, guys. Here's another video that I want to play so we can really have a healthy discussion here. Hold on a second. Europe has now been dragged into the war. Are you up to speed? Of course you are. It's all propaganda. It's all a psyops, a distraction. We know this. This is we already have this understanding. Here we go.
Iran was attacked on Saturday. It retaliated, first by attacking Israel and U.S. assets, then by targeting Gulf Arab states, and now it has begun hitting the Europeans. Iran has struck a British air base in Cyprus, and it has fired drones at a French base in the UAE. Plus, air defense systems have been activated at multiple European facilities in the region. Long story short, Europe is being dragged into this war. European assets are under attack, and European leaders are struggling to respond because this is not a war they want to get into. But if they're targeted, they will have to respond. So far, we've heard from their biggest players, the UK, France, and Germany. We've seen them responding. They issued a joint statement over the weekend. The statement carried a direct message to Iran. Stop your attacks or we will strike back. Strong words. It appears that the big three in Europe are putting up a strong and united front. But in practice, European nations are heading in different directions. Take Britain, for instance. London received a request from Washington. The US wanted access to 2 British bases in West Asia. The Americans wanted to use these bases to launch attacks on Iran. The UK resisted first, but then it agreed, and it called them defensive strikes.
The United States has requested permission to use British bases for that specific and limited defensive purpose. We have taken the decision to accept this request. to prevent Iran firing missiles across the region, killing innocent civilians, putting British lives at risk, and hitting countries that have not been involved.
He said it's for a defensive purpose. Well, here's the problem with that framing. The United States is the one that is driving this escalation. This is not a defensive operation in any sense of the term. So effectively, British bases will be used as launch pads for American attacks. France, meanwhile, has taken a different direction. France has deployed Rafale fighter jets over the UAE. This is to protect French naval and air bases from Iranian attacks. And then there is Greece. Athens has now ordered a military deployment to Cyprus. Greece is deploying 2 frigates and 2 F-16 fighter jets. What about Germany? Germany has decided to wait and watch. Germany says it will act only if its own soldiers come under direct attack. But the risk of an escalation is no longer hypothetical. Tehran has made it real today. Today, Iran issued a warning to European states. Its foreign ministry released a statement. It said any action by European countries will be regarded as an act of war. And in response, Iran says it will target European cities. Iran is threatening to target European cities if European countries respond or take any action. Clearly, Europe is being drawn into this fighting. It's a conflict that they had hoped to avoid. The threat assessment for them has changed almost overnight. And now European governments are rushing to manage the fallout. They've started pulling out their nationals, those who were stranded across West Asia. Italy has started airlifting its nationals out of Dubai. Other countries are expected to follow suit. European leaders have begun consultations. This comes after Ursula von der Leyen faced criticism over the weekend. Soon after Iran was attacked, the EU chief made a statement.
Excuse me 1 second. Sean G, are you calling in? If so, text me. Guys, is Sean G in the live chat? I got your donations. Salute the podcast with soul. Sean G, text me if you want to call in, all right? Just want to say that.
She announced an emergency meeting to discuss the conflict. An emergency meeting, not within hours, but on Monday, basically after the weekend. And sure enough, the internet mocked her response to this war. Memes spread on social media saying that Europe's war response could wait until after the weekend. Then on Monday, she made a statement. Allow me to quote from what she said. She said that she was focusing on a wide range of things, from energy to nuclear, from transport to migration to security. She also said, we must be prepared for the fallout. So far, Europe has not been a direct target, but after today's statement from Tehran, European states are clearly in the crosshairs.
Okay. All right. Legally Shay, I got your comment on the screen. She says, I can't be the only one worried about this war, question mark. No one else is a little scared. The book of Revelations is coming to life. I think we're all concerned. But as spoiled Americans, we don't realize the full impact of it yet. Thank you for your comment, Legally Shay. Anybody else want to chime in on what Legally Shay said? Is anybody else scared? We are Americans. You know, we live a great life for the most part, and we see things, but we don't really take it serious. 9/11 shook us to the core. I will say that, the falling of the Twin Towers. All right. Let's go to area code 352. Good evening. Are you there? Talking about war and a few other topics. 352.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
How are you?
Peace, Star. How you doing?
Peace, black man. What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm calling all the way from Gainesville, Florida, and I'm a long-time listener, and it's my first time calling in.
Okay. Where do you want to start, sir? You have the floor, sir. Where do you want to start? You have the floor.
Oh, well, we could talk about the war. I mean,
Come on.
I've seen something earlier today, where Pete Hegseth, he was basically saying that that they're not technically calling this a war, but they just implementing strategic war strategies to take over these different nations.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out where's the UN at? Like, what is the UN created for? Wasn't that created to like police other countries to stop like doing.
You're asking me, or I mean, listen, educate us, because I'm trying to get up to speed on things. I mean, I claim to have an understanding of the nature of mankind. So, you know, yes, the white man always denies that we're in war, and that's why he says things like, you know, we're gonna send out an exploratory committee. But
yeah, exactly.
It's real. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to me, I feel like a lot of people are driven to fear. I feel like that's not something that's going to save anyone or change anything right now. I think the best thing that we could do as a human race is just prepare for whatever the worst is to come, because we've been voting, you know, especially like the last election with Trump. It was like record-breaking numbers, people coming out voting to come against Trump, and we see now that, you know, that's even ineffective at this point. So it's just like, to me, I look at it and I just say to the people, don't be afraid, just be prepared, get your family together, spend time with your family, because you never know what's going on in Iran right now. It was going on in Palestine. It was going on in the Congo. It's just so much stuff going on in the world. And, you know, I always hear people just saying how afraid they are and how you know, they're scared and this and that. But it's like, if you do believe in the higher power and you do believe that these things are written and these are prophecies, then there's nothing that we can do to change it. We just have to change our mindset and our approach to how we all are living on this earth together as a people.
Well, with all due respect, what you just said sounds nice, you know, kumbaya and that sort of thing. But we are Americans, sir. I mean, come on, we are Americans, and we all benefit from colonizing, breaking treaties and things of that nature. I'm not saying you have to be as cut and dry as I am, but how old are you? How about we start there? How old are you?
I'm 41.
Okay.
41.
Okay. Your father, you said family. Do you got a good family?
Yeah. Yes. I'm a father of two. I have a 16-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter.
Nice. Would you yourself get out there with you know, an assault weapon and defend this country?
Not at all. Well, let me not say it like that, because at a time, like back in 2001, like when 9/11 happened, I was very intrigued to get into the military and stuff. But my dad really was like, he was alive at the time. He told me not to get into the war and the fight in the war, because you get into one war thinking that you're doing something noble, and then you're stuck fighting, doing some horrendous things on behalf of some wicked people, and you're the one with the guilt. You know what I'm saying? So, and he served in the war. My grandfather served in the war. So they basically put me and my brothers on game and told us, look, the main thing is to focus on your family, get you some land, and live the best life you could. That's what America's about. So, you know, that's where I've been at. But I mean, just listening to your show, I just wanted to, you know, just add some thoughts to this conversation, because it's a really powerful conversation, and you have a really powerful platform.
Well, thank you. I mean, again, I'm not trying to sway people into one way of thinking, but you know, the military, and I'm sure you know this, they sacrifice their lives, their families, so that we can be the uppity, snooty, condescending, cynical nation that we are. You know, we don't have thousands of years of culture. You know, are you a black man of color?
Yes, absolutely. I'm an African American black man.
You listen to rap music?
Of course, yes. I'm 41, Star. Yes, I'm listening to rap music.
I'm just asking, you know.
Okay.
Rap,
yes, sir. I listen to rap music, and
rap talks that hot shit, but in reality, it's like when niggas get shot, and you know, when they die over a dirty poultry and refried rice, everybody says, yo, this has got to stop. This got to stop. But we condone the bullshit. We purchase it. We stream it. You know, it's, I don't know. It just seems like kind of ass backwards to me, but I appreciate the call. Can you address the showrunner? Is today's woman ungrateful?
Oh, absolutely. They ungrateful, but that's just the society we live in, because we went from a nation where people was raised in family and principles and even God to whatever degree people believed. And now it's just full blown capitalism. And, you know, it's very rare to find a wholesome woman. Like it wholesome don't even make sense to even speak like that in 2026, 2027 and abroad, because it's like the way the world is going right now. Like we used to have rappers like Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Roxanne Shante. We
Bahamadia.
Far from that.
Bahamadia.
I'm sorry?
Bahamadia. I was just naming some other female rappers who had a message of sorts, you know. Nefertiti, you know.
Okay. I'm not familiar with those two, but definitely Queen Latifah. But what I will say is, you know, thank God, like I'm married. I did get married a couple years ago, and,
Nice.
and me and my wife, we had a child after we got married. And what I would say is that what attracted me to my wife is that she was very much gracious. You know, like she was raised by her grandparents, and she didn't really. She was just raised different. Okay. You know, and she wasn't exposed to a lot of stuff, and then. Like
she helped you become a better man?
Yes, definitely she helped me become a better man, but
I think that's horse shit, but I don't mind you saying that. Some people say, yo, help me become a better.
Yo, I'm saying it like this though. Like, cause I mean, my wife is actually 25. I'm 41, like I said before. My wife is 25 years old. So
whoa. Hang on, let's slow down before you go. She's 25 now?
No, well, she's about to be 26 in June.
Okay. I wish you guys the best.
Yeah,
but in about a decade,
thank you.
In a decade or less, she's gonna flip on you. You do know that, respectfully.
Hopefully not, man. But I'm gonna be old anyway. I'm gonna be in my 50s, so she can have the town. She can run around.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. God bless.
You. Huh? God bless. God bless you. If that's what you know, appreciate, God bless you. I have no problem saying that. All right, hold on a second. Darius, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you so much. Okay, folks, I want to stay on topic. Some of you are sending me emails that have nothing to do with the actual topic. Let's do that later, okay? Marvin, I got your donation. Thank you so much. He says, thanks for taking my call. Thank you, sir, for your support. Let's get some people going here. Area code 773. We're talking about war right now and the gates of hell possibly being opened. Any thoughts? Any concerns? Area code 773.
Hey, what's up, Sar? How you doing tonight?
Good. How about yourself, sir?
Oh, good. Hey, I've talked to you before. I'm out here in San Diego, prior military.
Okay.
And just got some thoughts to share with the audience. Hey, sometimes I don't want to sound rude, but sometimes it's hard to listen to some of these perspectives, man. I hope everybody realizes that. All right, so Iran already got bombed a couple months ago, right?
Right.
You guys remember, right? So their air defensives have been minimalized, right? They were wide open. The reason why we started this additional engagement is because the Ayatollahs were weakened, right? So the the government that Iran currently has was weakened. Sooner or later, they were going to have to start rebuilding their government, right? And all the infrastructure. They were going to have to start allying with either Russia or China, right? To rebuild their military, make it stronger again, rebuild their internal defenses. What the United States is doing, and Russia, and it's not like I'm happy about this, but it just is what it is.
Right. Can I jump in for a second? Can I jump in?
Go ahead, boss.
We have spoken before, and the reason why I say, and other people say, thank you for your services, because, you know, we have an idea of what you go through, but we don't have a full understanding. you put your life on the line, you risk everything so that we can be the silly Americans for the most part that we are. So when people call in, they're trying to say things, but they don't really understand. So that's a basic way of trying to, rationalize these types of conversations. But with regards to what you have gone through and your deeper understanding of war, is there anything that you can say to us to maybe alleviate some of the misunderstanding, or to try and maybe say, hey, you should be prepared for the worst, or just go ahead and live your silly lives and just sit back and watch the pistols smoke. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, I'll shorten it up.
Take your time.
This is about.
Take your time.
Hey, all right, cool. This is about oil, 100%, 1,000,000%, right?
Yeah.
But it's when the Iranian government falls, and it was doomed to fall. It's who gets to decide where that oil goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why Trump is making this play. It's so that when that regime falls, China's not getting that oil. So when that regime falls, Russia ain't getting that oil.
Right.
You just played that clip about European nations now trying to get themselves into this fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's because when it's all said and done, they want to be like, hey, we put in resources for this overthrow of this government. We want some of that oil too.
Right.
That's what's going down right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If I can jump in, if I can jump in. So again, with our basic understanding of things, war is inevitable. There's always going to be disagreements. But with regards to the Trump administration and the misunderstanding, I guess, of where America is, can you try to, and how many years did you serve? I forget.
I did 8, and then I did 8 active duty.
Okay. Can you just give us some type of, I don't know, maybe a roadmap to maybe paying attention to certain things, or do we just have to watch the news, whether it's internet news, the dominant society, mainstream news, and try to decipher what's going on? What's best?
All right, good question.
What's best for civilians?
Hey, we live in the information age, right? There's a high volume of prior intelligence people that have YouTube channels, and they break it down. It's without bias, because they're neither Republicans or Democrats. And again, they're not saying things are good or bad. They're just calling it like it is. Okay. So if you want the down and dirty, just find some YouTube channels with prior intelligence people. Right. And they'll use terms like S2. You see anything with S2, that means they're prior military. Okay. And prior intelligence. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate the call. If there's anything else you think of, man, email and call back, and we're going to be here for a while tonight.
Copy. Have a good night.
Thank you. All right. Phone lines are open. Israel has widened missile attacks, opening the gates of hell. Guys, are we in the middle of World War III? Does anybody even have an understanding of what that would look like? Chaos, or would it just be strategic? Would it just be, we look at the phone and we see bombs and shit going off, and we say, get back to that later. Wait a minute. Oh, there he is, early. The white Denzel tapping in. 347.
Yo,
what's up, man?
What's up, Star?
What's going on with you?
Yo, salute to all the brothers and sisters in the live chat. Salute to Taquib, the coolest black name I ever heard in a long time. Taquib.
What's going on?
Yo, everybody sounds shook. Why everybody sounds so shook, man? Everybody's worried about these mullahs, these ayatollahs. Well, they're not even here no more. They dust now. What's to be scared of? What are they going to do? They haven't done anything. They threw off a couple of bombs locally around the way. Nothing too crazy. and that's it. I mean, if they had bigger weapons than that, they would be using it. What else would they be waiting for? They took out everybody. They took out their Ayatollah, their supreme leader.
Let me jump in. I think you're concerned with being shook. We've had a couple of guys who called in former military, so they've been educating us. Are you ready for combat? What is your official position? You ready to go overseas or go to the Ukraine and get yourself a semi-automatic and get busy?
I had never in my life planned to go to any of those countries. I'll just keep it like that. I had never in my life had any
armchair quarterback. Pay attention.
Countries, none of them. Nothing there interests me at all. You know, if I want to watch them cooking food with their hands, you know, I could see a street cart right outside of 34th Street. If I want to see how much they're into hygiene, I could see enough of them over here, you know. But not
hypothetical question.
Rory,
hypothetical question. If you were in the Marines and you had a semi-automatic and an 11-year-old was coming at you and your team, an 11-year-old, he had C4 explosives on his body, and you saw these C4 explosives, could you shoot an 11-year-old?
Oh, hell yeah. I sent him to Allah so fast. Even if there was 10 of them.
I don't believe you.
Send them all to Allah.
I don't believe you.
That's what they want. That's their ideology. That's their beliefs. I'm not doing, you know, I would go so far as I would soak the bullets in pig's blood, you know, because when it's on like that, it's on, you know. And these people have been chanting for our death for 40 years. You know, they said in no uncertain terms, if we get the chance, if we get nuclear weapons, whatever, we will blow you. We will try to take you out. So what you know, why would we have any concern or love for any of them? Do you think that those guys who strap the bombs on themselves, even if they're kids, do you think that they care if they kill kids? Or is that they try to get into?
Well, hang on a sec. I was more so asking, could you do that? You know, squeeze that trigger, pow,
against them, them.
I just laid out a scenario. Hang on, I just laid out a scenario of a minor. You know, to save your troop. Could you do that? Seriously, serious question.
Yeah, against them. Yeah, hell yeah. Against that ideology.
Okay.
The death cult.
Did you
Islam?
Did you sign up?
No.
Did you sign up for selective service like I did once upon a time? I signed up. I mean, everybody had to, but did you sign up?
Yeah, I had to too. When I got in trouble when I went to court, they made me go sign up for. To try and join the.
You didn't go willingly.
But you know,
you had to go to court because you were evading. What do you mean?
Yes. Yes. And the judge said, if you go sign up for the service, we will give you probation or whatever.
Got him.
Went there and
we got him, kids.
You know, and they said, "No, you're not a good fit. You're not a good fit." Okay.
Well, listen, I want to get back to the show. I may need you to call back later. I got a debate that I want to play. Charlie Kirk and Brianna Joy Gray. They're talking about, this was back in 2022, I think, systemic racism. But I don't want to discuss it now. You do know that systemic racism exists, right? You know that.
It's existed for a long time in this country.
Say again?
It's existed for a long time in this country.
Just want to make sure. Okay. We'll talk. Yeah. We'll talk. You might have to call back. I'll text you.
All right, well.
So, okay. He said the court and something. What did he say? Everybody, hold on. I see you in the phone queue. Guys, I'm still looking for, if anybody has time, police body cam footage with no watermarks. Let me put my email address on the screen. Police body cam video footage with no watermarks. If anybody knows where I can get some, please email me, okay? All right, we've got a couple of other things here to play. And a little bit later, as I said, I want to focus on Trinidad and Tobago. I just started doing research. I've never even thought about, going there or moving there, but I'm curious now. We'll come back to it, okay? Let's go to area code 267. I got your donation. Thank you for your patience. Are you there? 267. Good evening. Yes, no, maybe. Give him a second, whatever's going on with that particular person. Area code 726. Are you there? Good evening. 726.
Yo, what's going on, Star? How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you, sir? Where do you want to start?
Start with the war. I mean, you got people calling in saying it's a distraction. You got people saying it's the U.S. policing the world. No, it's not. It's the same simple play. Trump right now is just grabbing up all the oil, Venezuela, Nigeria, and now it's the Middle East's turn. Okay. When you look at this war, it's actually a smart play when you look at it. It sounds messed up. It's a smart play because, we'll lose a few soldiers, but look who's fighting the war, really. Israel, Saudi Arabia, Iran, they're blowing themselves off the map. All for us to come in and scoop the oil.
Somebody has to die, sir. Yes. Somebody has to die.
Yeah. So I don't know why Americans are sitting back like this is anything new or we need to grab the Bible and this is how it goes. This is why we live how we live. So it is what it is. I just wanted to say that, man. It is what it is.
Well, stay with me. Look, now let's not assume everybody who's calling in is shaking in their boots, clacking at the knees. Some people just generally are not educated, and that's fine. Again, we don't have thousands of years of culture and history. So taking the time like this, pumping the brakes, having these discussions, I think it does help. I mean, I've got more sources to play, but I like to hear people out and let them speak. Any former military yourself, or who am I speaking to?
Not me, but my family. All my family is is former military.
Nice.
They're the ones who enlightened me that in the Middle East, all of our military bases, they're just strategically placed in areas to protect the oil. That's the only reason they're really there. So it's the same old play. And I mean, we got to look at this from a certain perspective. I mean, Trump might not be that dumb as people like to portray him as. It's kind of a smart move.
Well, Congress, pulls the strings. Trump and other presidents, if we're going to keep it real, are just the chumps in the front, the puppets. Yes.
Yeah. Well, but it appears Trump is overstepping Congress, right? He's not even. He's just popping off middle of the night type stuff.
I'm okay with that.
I'm
okay with that.
Yeah, me too. Someone's got to pull the trigger, right? We got to go to Starbucks tomorrow, right?
Bingo. We have to go to some of these little nice cafes and get the what do you call those drinks? The latte drinks. And people. Oh my God!
Absolutely.
If people can't get internet service for 2 days, their world stops. Right?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All that stuff costs lives.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. And just to throw it in there, I mean, let's be honest. Whether we were over there or not, doing what we're doing, the Jewish people, the Islamic, the Arabs, they're going to be killing each other anyway for something. So hey, why not come?
Don't they always have an issue, a gripe? Don't they?
Yeah. We're even in Trump's even in Nigeria. Grabbing the oil, saying it's about saving the Christians. They're not saving the Christians. They're saving the door. They're saving Exxon, man. Come on.
Right. Let me go on record. Go on record and say I long for the day when the U.S. military starts taking control of those goddamn diamond mines in Africa. I hope I'm alive to see that.
My goodness.
I hope I'm alive to see that. Come on.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna be selling diamonds at gas stations, real diamonds
Real
to
diamonds.
gas stations,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Diamond drive-throughs, all that. Yeah. Let's get it, you know. But it's America, and I think that at the end of the day, no other country or region or continent has really challenged us with major form of aggression yet. So it's like until you swing heavy on the bully's still gonna be a bully.
Bingo.
So
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Before you go, sir, my showrunner, inspired by an associate of mine, not really a friend, but moved from New Jersey. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say how old he is. He's 1 year older than me. I'm 61. He's 62. Moved down to Georgia. His wife and 3 kids got into a scuffle with his daughter's boyfriend. Shot him in the chest. He's still alive, the boyfriend, but prior to shooting him, the 19-year-old rocked his shit, right? And then he shot shot the boyfriend's friend as he was fleeing, trying to get out of there. So he's going to the penitentiary in Georgia. I'm asking, is today's woman ungrateful? Because I think that she should have diffused that situation, prevented it. His life is now screwed. What do you think?
What? Did the 19-year-old have a gun too, or just the dad?
No, he just knocked the old nigga out on the front lawn.
And he couldn't take his L. Couldn't take his L. His wife was amping up the set, and I just, I'm pointing towards the woman. She's old enough to be a grandmother, ungrateful. Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe. Women, today's women.
Yeah, I think. How can you not be ungrateful at a certain point when you're so vanity driven, right? Eventually you're going to become ungrateful, eventually, especially nowadays with, blaming on the tricks, throwing the money away at these women,
I'm talking about across the board, not just tricking, simping. Women in general, they are a different breed right now. But listen, I got to take other calls, man. Good to talk to you.
Yeah. Peace. Take it easy.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Any other scenarios anybody want to put on the table about today's women? Are they ungrateful? I really think, I don't believe in luck, but, I'm just a figure of speech, my lucky stars, for these situations that I was able to avoid, Do I have biological kids? No, none that I'm claiming. Nobody's claiming, but I love the troll babies. I don't have to worry about child support. What do you call that? Alimony, stuff like that. The longer you're with somebody, and this could go both ways, a female versus a male, in terms of, who's ungrateful. But people get tired of each other, and then somebody wants to sue you for half of what you got, if not more. Oh, there is my number one political commentator, Gene Richmond. Good evening, sir.
And that's number one.
Yes,
I might add.
Yes.
Good evening.
How are you, man? Good to hear from you. What's going on?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Oh, great. There's impending crisis that's happening abroad, but niggas are still worried about $1 million niggas dribbling a ball and slam dunking it. But hey,
and the brand new Jordans that just came out. Don't forget those.
Right, of course. Niggas won't go to fight to save this country, but will kill each other for a pair of Jordans.
Right.
Absolutely.
Where do you want to start?
Well, in order to really understand where we are today, we have to really go back into what led the United States government to impose this strike in Iran.
Okay.
In 1988, former Senator Barry Goldwater and Republican candidate for the presidency in
Mr. Barry Goldwater. Put some respect on his name.
Mr. Barry Goldwater, correct. He came out and talked about the imposition of what was happening in the United States political structure. And he talked about the lobbyists, but he talked about something most importantly, what Israel had over the United States and what Israeli lobbyists and politicians who were in the body politic that were beholden to Israel's ideas and their ability to progress, if you will. Now, Pat Buchanan went on to expand on that, and these two gentlemen were, in a sense, almost blacklisted in regards to speaking out on the control that the Israeli lobby has on the United States political order. Now, when Trump ran, he talked about no new wars. He talked about an anti-interventionist plan, and he talked about keeping the peace in regions like the Middle East. Okay. But now we see that has changed. So if we look at it, it's not about an idea about the minerals or oil and things of that nature. That's par for the course that what comes when you overthrow a nation or you enable regime change. The reality is Israel has always looked at Iran as the major power in that region. Now, Israel has now been able to neutralize Syria. They've been able to neutralize Afghanistan. They've been able to keep Egypt at bay, and they've been able to keep other regions like the Iraqis and things of that nature underneath an umbrella of control. But Iran has always loomed over them because of the potential powers that they have, the ability to have the nuclear weapons and their missiles and things of that nature. So now they talked about, Marco Rubio came out yesterday, these are his words, and said that we decided to strike because of the intelligence that we got from Israel. Mm-hmm. His words, not mine. So this is something that goes way beyond us. It's something that goes to the fact that we've been always fighting the fight for what the so-called number one ally in the Middle East, and that's Israel. This is a planned strategic attack that Israel was looking for. Netanyahu said he was looking to have this done 40 years in the making. So this is not something that the United States wanted to do for our well-being. This is what they're saying to fight from terrorism and things of that nature. But this was the implication for Israel and Israel only.
Very well said. Very well said. Okay, so with the reality of what we are living in now, what should the American people do to either prepare or have a better understanding? Because we've got so much fake news now. We've got AI literally trying to take the truth into different areas or narratives and what have you. What should the American civilians do in terms of what's going on overseas, abroad?
Well, the American civilian should be very much aware of the potential risk when these things do happen. Ron Paul talked about this over 20 years ago in regards to regime change in foreign nation. So what impact does it have on the American citizen and the day of life and the common experiences that we have here today? Well, what happens is if we look at history, we look at the Vietnam War, we look at other regime changes, the United States goes in and, changes the order, if you will, the political order, okay, and the military establishment, and they put in a leader, or they establish someone who they believe will keep order in that nation. Now, what happens is usually you get millions of refugees. Usually you get potential terrorist risk, people who want to strike back, which what we're hearing from Iran, that there's a lot of rebels influence that want to attack the United States. So now it opens up a vacuum. Now you're going to spend billions upon billions of taxpayer dollars now to rebuild that nation. Once it's been destroyed now, it has to be rebuilt, brought back up. So the ramifications that the American citizen has is that it's the taxpayer dollar. It's the potential threat that we have over here from overthrowing these nations and in regards to terrorist attacks, and also the potential 500,000 to 2 million refugees that the United States usually incurs when these things happen. Okay. So it's felt back home.
Very well said again. So, okay. Well, there's comments coming in. Do you want to hang out or do you have to move on? I mean, I don't want to rush you off the line. I appreciate you tapped in. I texted her.
Oh, sure. I'd love to hang out.
Okay, stay there. I got a comment on the screen. War is a part of history, just like them niggas gangbanging in L.A. Just accept it. It is what it is. I don't know about that. I mean, the war affects all of us. Niggas gangbanging in the slums. Sometimes you can just avoid those areas, but thank you for your comment. Sit tight, number 9. Let's bring an area code. Someone said pickup. Is it area code 574? I got your donation. Are you there? 574. Hey, 574. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. His phone dropped out. Let me bring in area code 929. 929, are you there? Good evening. 929. Number 9, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with these people, and they're not picking up. Area code 857, please don't kill the vibe. You ready? 857.
So, yeah, is that you?
Good evening. How are you, sir? Where do you want to start? Are you ready to start, sir? Good evening. Good evening. Okay, he's calling from some type of Obama phone. Good evening. Is that Detroit Ziggy tapping in? Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Pick it up. Don't kill the vibe. Jesus. Number 9, let's go back to you, man, because I can't keep playing with people's goddamn phones.
It sounds like a bunch of niggas smoking blunts in a project hallway. That's what it sounds like.
What source do you recommend for people to try and get a basic understanding of what's going on overseas with Iran, Israel, and the other nations that will soon be joining in? What platform or source do you recommend?
Well, I'm an InfoWars guy. Everybody knows that. Alex Jones has always been my main source. But for the layperson, I recommend that you can go to newsmax.com.
Okay.
You can go to News Nation. Believe it or not, Chris Cuomo gave an actual really good breakdown of the history. Okay. believe it or not, I'm not even a fan of the guy, but he gave a really good breakdown of the history of the Iran conflict in the Middle East and with the United States, going back from the Shah of Iran to the Ayatollah's revolution in 1979 to where we are today. So if you want to go to newsnation.com and catch Chris Cuomo's breakdown, he gave an excellent breakdown.
I said, whoa, because I like him. I didn't know you would give him any credit. Wow. Okay, Chris Cuomo.
I wouldn't, but he did a really good job at actually piecing everything together from 1954 when the Shah was imposed by the CIA to 1979 and to the decades and where we are today. So it was an interesting breakdown.
Okay, let's try area code 424. Good evening. Are you there? 424. Yes, no, maybe. This person keeps emailing me, but you're not picking up the line. 574. Are you ready? 574.
I believe so. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir. I picked up 3 times. You emailed me. I appreciate your donation. Let's go, sir.
Absolutely, man. I'm in the truck right now, so I'm working and I'm trying to get with you, man. You love.
Pause.
But I think Trump is. I think Trump is doing a masterful job on everything that's happening, man.
Okay.
He's basically trying to really get listen, oil underpins the petrodollar. So pretty much this is what's needed. It's necessary that he does this. If he don't do this, man, we're gonna have to practicing on our Mandarin soon. And now you better tighten up.
Okay.
That is my take on what is happening right now. With the Venezuela and even with the Iran war, he's basically going after this oil. He's basically, because oil is going, that is I mean, it's underpinning our dollar, and they're selling it out of their necessity, but they're doing it under their currencies, and that ain't what Trump ain't trying to hear that.
Can I jump in and say, has this been the plan of Congress for years? Because Hillary Clinton was talking about, bombing Iran once upon a time, remember?
Everybody was talking about bombing Iran. Nobody, Hillary Clinton, none of them liked Iran. So when Trump do it all, it's a big thing.
Okay, his phone went out again. All right, let me try. His phone dropped out. Detroit Ziggy, are you there? Detroit Ziggy. Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, Star, how are you?
I picked up, but your phone wasn't working. What's going on with you, man? I got Gene Richmond on the line with me. Where do you want to start?
Bomb Iran, huh?
Come on. We're talking war.
Yeah. Listen, Star, we know who's Israel's foe and friends are in the Middle East. See, we were all taught that Israel was the bad guy, yet nobody's really defending Iran right now, correct?
Well, I have no intention to defend Iran. Is that where you want to go?
Well, I mean, why aren't the Saudis getting involved?
Tell us, Detroit Ziggy.
I'll tell you, Star. We're going to have profit sharing in natural resources in Iran,
Okay.
and I think that the real money in Saudi Arabia is like, you guys are starting to mess with our cabbage over here. We don't like that. It's not about religion with those Saudis. It's about real long money, right? So they don't care about Israel. They don't care about Palestine. They don't care about Islam. And so it's really, again, like a couple callers back, it's all about natural resources, Star. That's my belief.
Gene Richmond, do you want to respond to Detroit Ziggy? Gene Richmond?
Well, in regards to the Saudis, we've always had trade deals, especially mineral rights with them when it comes to oil going back well over a decade. The Saudis have been working hand in hand with the United States government for quite some time now in regards to the natural resources, as well as the Iraqis and as well as Mexico. So it's not necessarily a major element in regards to oil. We have resources. The United States is the most resourceful machine in the world, and we're able to get it by any means necessary. So it's not necessarily a resource thing, it's a power thing. And to keep our so-called number one ally happy, we have to enforce and take out a threat that they believe that's always been a threat to them, that they believe it's been a threat to them for decades. You know, the Iranians have had access to nuclear weapons since the early 1980s, and we knew about it. Remember that nuclear deal that Obama had with the Iranians, where we would go in and monitor their nuclear weapons and keep the United States would keep everything apprised to know what access that they had and what developments that they made. So the United States government's been well aware of what Iran has, and they've always kept them at bay. But again, this goes back to Israel and what they feel is a major threat to them. Like Netanyahu came out today and said he's been waiting for this for over 40 years.
Right.
And that's what it really boils down to, control and power in that region.
Let me jump in right there, Gene Richmond. Detroit Ziggy, is Netanyahu a war criminal? Direct question.
No.
Okay.
I believe Syria, Iran. You know, Gene, what we're not bringing up is the Iranian people right now.
Bring it up, Detroit Ziggy. Bring it up. Come on.
You know, look, Gene, we're not talking about the kids in Iran who don't have Google, who don't have Facebook, who don't have a presence. And Star, Gene, what I've learned in my 47 years in life, it's not about money. It's not about power. People want validated. And Iranian people are being validated. And I wish they would have kept the Ayatollah alive, Star, like they did Mussolini and his wife and his general and hung them like they did Muammar Gaddafi during the uprising, during Barack Hussein Obama, right? So, yeah, I believe that the Iranian people should have dealt with their own, captured them. The United States should have captured them, handed them over to the people, and then we would have saw what the population really felt about their leaders.
Let me jump in right there, Detroit Ziggy. Did we ever see the body of Osama bin Laden? Let's go back.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, Star. No, we did not, and I do not believe he is in the Black Sea. Right, so that, you know, let's cut the games. You know, We should have handed over Saddam Hussein to all the victims of 9/11, right, and let them deal with him, right? But we didn't capture him, right? And everything. You know, Star. It seems like
did we kill him? Hang on a second, Detroit Ziggy. In your opinion, did we kill him, Osama bin Laden?
He is sipping a pina colada with Jeffrey Epstein right now. You know, and it's funny how, you know, how is it all these clips, these videos, there's always a pause when the evidence needs to be shown, right? So I don't believe that. I think Michael Jackson might be with him too, Star, right? So,
stop.
Yeah.
Now you're going off the rails.
You know,
come on.
Well, no, I'm not going on again, Start. Should I repeat myself, Gene? A Jewish carpenter walked on water in Nazareth, right? Are we that gullible?
All right.
I believe we are, right? And people, again, need validated. It's easy to sell hope to the hopeless, right? And Star, war in America is like a pay-per-view fight for Mike Tyson coming up, right? They don't care about we don't care about your religion. We don't care about tall hats, small hats, carpet flying Allah, whatever Catholic, Orthodox religion. Let's see some bloodshed, right? Let's see some missiles get launched out, right? That's all we really care about. America, really Star, today is more of an atheist country. We'd rather see bloodshed, Star. That's why nothing gets reported on the news that's relevant, that's actually good. It's always bloodshed.
I agree with that.
You know, and that's what provokes people. That's what provoked the lady in the Alex Perry's or whatever his name was to go after ICE agents. Let those people do their job.
Okay.
You know, and that shows you how influential the media is. They can provoke everybody's mind. You've never met Donald Trump. Who are you to call somebody a racist that you've never met, right? So it's like, stop being conditioned. Go experience life for what it's worth.
Okay. Can you land your plane, Detroit Ziggy? I got more calls coming in. I appreciate
No, I
you
just did. Great show. Thank you,
man. Yes,
Gene,
sir.
thank you for listening. Enjoy your evening.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Detroit Ziggy tapping in. Gene Richmond, hold on a second. Stay right there. Let me go to area code 5. Say again.
And Saddam Hussein was a CIA asset, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't believe we killed him. But anyway, area code 315. Good evening. Are you there? We're discussing Iran, Israel, America, the war. Are you there? 315.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Saul. What's going on?
Hey, man,
I got a different outlook on it a little bit.
Please.
I think we attacked Iran because to more affect China.
Okay.
Because it was more strategic, because it basically stops the oil that they're getting, and they get like 80% of their oil through Iran.
Yeah.
You know?
We discussed that 2 days ago, that theory. We discussed that. Go ahead.
Yep. And basically, when you look at it, Iran has always been like with America in a way. Because like, if you look at it, you got them, they helped during the Contra fight between them and Iraq. And then you see Osama gave them a whole bunch of money not too long ago. And they have a large Jewish section in Iran, actually. They're one of the oldest Jewish communities that don't live in Israel. So every time they beef, they always got like this weird beef where they'll like call each other and tell them that they're going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little fishy.
Okay. Do you want to comment number 9, or do we let this man land his plane with regards to his thoughts?
Well, I mean, again, to go back and say it's about oil, it's about the elements in that region. Yeah, again, that's par for the course when it comes to destabilizing a country. But again, you have to look at the wider aspect of it. How did we get here, and why are we here? Why is that nation there? And why did a president who promised no more implications of war, no more foreign attacks, no more interventionism, but here we are? So that's the question that really needs to be asked.
Yeah, I agree. I think Trump did it to use Israel because he didn't want to get permission from, from our own country. He did it through Israel, so he don't have to go through, all the whole process.
Right. Through Congress. Yeah. Well.
Yep.
Okay. I appreciate the call. Any thoughts on the showrunner? Is today's woman ungrateful? I mean, you can expand or put different scenarios on the table. I'm just asking.
Absolutely.
Come on.
They're absolutely ungrateful.
Come on.
There is no hope for a lot of the women going forward today because they're just too ungrateful. Fam, they don't even appreciate a roof over their head anymore. They're gonna learn in this day and age coming up though.
Are you yourself married?
I was for a long time, for like 26 years.
You're a better man than me. I truly believe that women, part of their agenda is to drive a man into his grave.
You damn right. I'm not gonna even giggle. I'm serious. That's
part of the agenda to literally suck your brain out of your mind, beat you down, and then finish you. I've said this before.
Yes.
I've said this before. I've never met a guy who's happily married. Every guy who I know that's married is a liar and lies to me and lies to the public. And that's why I don't hang out with married guys. So you were married for how many years? 20 what?
20. Well, technically, let me put it this way. Let me straighten that up. Technically, we were together for 26 years. Okay. I was never technically married. Okay. I wasn't biting that bullet, but
she was your common law wife, though. Once you pass a certain year, I mean, she's common law wife in different states. But so you survived.
Not where I live.
Okay, but you survived. You got away with your life. Salute to you.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, they'll suck your soul out. I would avoid all that, and I would go for the voyage itself.
All right.
That would be my advice to the youth.
I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One second. Gene Richmond, are you going to get married at some point? You and I have discussed this in the past. I mean, I know you're a player and you're still moving, shaking, and popping. What about married?
Well, I haven't canceled it out, but it's going to take a very unique woman to encounter and coexist with a man like me. I need a very docile and genteel experience.
Would you get married for business reasons, or would it be some type of love or infatuation? I can't see getting married for anything other than business reasons if I were to get married. What about you?
Well, I think love and business can be interchangeable in certain senses. A lot of people have marriages for security and certain advantages, or it's for a sense of fidelity. And that love comes with that security and that sense of fidelity and solidarity. So I think they can be intertwined. You can love someone that gains your trust and has a secure element of peace that they bring to your life. But peace isn't always found between the man and the woman. It has to be organically developed.
Okay. 857, are you there? Good evening. Let's get right to it. 857.
Hey, what up, Star? What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. How are you?
It's your favorite listener from Boston, man. I've been going to the Middle East since 2015. I was just there last year. I got family out there.
Okay.
So I could definitely speak on it. I think a lot of the callers, in my personal opinion, don't really understand the dynamics truly, because just because you've been there once don't mean you really know. And I'll also say, I think when it comes to it, Iran is doing what any other country would do, defend themselves. I mean,
are you current or former military, sir? Who am I speaking to?
No, I just family members was in. I'm in law enforcement, and I still got a lot of connections in that world. So,
well, thank you for your service, because you do deal with savages on a daily basis. Yes,
I do. Yeah, I do actually. I do. I do.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of gremlins and shit.
Black savages. Black savages.
Well, hold on a second now, because you see, we don't often include the Hispanics in the conversations with regards to degenerates and savages. In your opinion, and how long have you been law enforcement?
8 years.
Okay. Don't say where you're law enforcement, but do you do you encounter more degenerates, lowlifes, and scumbags, scumbag Hispanics or blacks, in your opinion?
I got blacks, man. Blacks is just is out of control, man. Like it's yeah. It's the reason why sometimes you gotta put them on the leash.
And if I had to,
niggas never think.
if I had to guess, in my personal observations over the decades and having delivered news stories and things like that, I think when you get called to a home for some type of a domestic dispute, if the boyfriend or husband is Hispanic, usually he will take it all the way and sadly stab or shoot his significant other. Any data?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going for personal speed. The Spanish boys, they go all the way.
Yeah.
They're 10 toes down.
Yeah.
I know it's emotional. Black dudes, they just run away because they already know what time it is. They're always gonna believe the broad. So it's sad, but it's true.
Okay. So you go back.
That's why I call it blue leash.
Okay, so you go back and forth overseas. In layman's terms, people who don't pay attention to politics because it's really a brain drain. I got to tell you, I used to be heavily into politics in the 80s, going into the 90s, but it's a brain drain. And you learn that everybody's on the take. All politicians and public officials are liars. But in your opinion, what should the American people be ready for or try to have a basic understanding of?
So I'll start off with this. Americans should always be ready, period. I mean, if you can't understand natural disasters, FEMA don't got no money, you don't realize how important it is to have a little stash or just a prep bag. Those are just basic essentials because, no one knows what the fuck's going to happen in their day-to-day life, right? But when you...
Please watch the language unless you're donating.
I apologize. Go ahead. But at the same time, you should always be prepared at all costs. And I say this, you don't have to be a crazy prepper, but you should take things much more serious because I think the dynamic that we're in is a lot more volatile. People forget that the United States government is basically working part-time, right? Because, TSA, I was just recently traveling to do some training.
Okay.
And there ain't nobody at the airports, right? So you're seeing the cracks in the system. And that's why I think, especially, our people, you should pay attention to the silent things, right? And when it comes to this particular war, people say it's about oil, X, Y, Z. You have to factor in. And I'm going to say this. I think Trump is doing a great disservice to the United States.
Well, he stands up for law enforcement like yourself. He stands up for you.
You got to think about foreign policy also falls into domestic policy. So I'll give you a worst case scenario.
Well, hold on a second. If we can just go back. I mean, I'm not trying to, cape for him, but you are a law. You're a law enforcement officer here in the United States. Well, let's focus on. The United States. So, so do you, whatever state you work in, you don't have to say, and I'm not going to put your code out there. Do you have qualified immunity in the state that you are law enforcement?
No. No. So you already know. I'm just saying. I'll say this. I'm on the East Coast and I'm in a liberal state, so that doesn't fly like that. In the South, especially in your more rural areas, yes.
Okay.
But when you're in the big cities, big money, no.
So you got blacks and Hispanics talking crazy to you in your face.
Of course, but it's just like those are the same ones that can't pay rent, right? They on Section 8 or they doing extra. They going to Popeyes with the food stamps. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to Whole Foods to get healthy food. So I expect that.
Don't say what state you're in, but now, So they're talking. We'll just say up north. They're talking crazy to police.
Of course.
Do you think because of the fact that you do not have qualified immunity, they will tee off on you quick? Pow, pow, two-piece.
I think it's just the the liberal states have particular perks and people abuse them. If people traveled in different parts of America, and I know, Star, you've seen a lot of poor whites, right? In parts of America, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing now.
Okay. We'll let you land.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So we'll let you land your plane.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I personally think when it comes to Trump, there are two factors that people need to realize. The United States ain't got the money.
Okay.
They really don't. That's one.
Okay.
You're stretching yourself from Ukraine. Now you want to push this Iran thing. And one thing I'll tell people, if you have not seen how big Iran is, I highly suggest you look on the map.
Right.
The terrain is crazy. You know what I mean? This is not, first of all, you got a million strong that really are willing to get busy. And then you add the factor is this. I'll give you a book. It's by Bibi Netanyahu, it's been written in 1995. It talks about fighting for terrorism.
No, thanks.
Using democracy.
I wouldn't read Netanyahu's book.
Right.
I wouldn't read his book.
Yeah, so now, call right? So for those who think, I think a caller said he's not a war criminal, I'm just going to speak off the top of my head. When you can do what you do to Palestine and use illegal arms that even the UN bans, and you think he's not a war criminal, if you look at how many videos he's been talking about Iran had X, Y, Z. Mind you, Iran ain't never pulled no trigger on nobody. Well, and now I personally think...
hold on, stay right there. Gene Richmond, do you want to comment on what this man's saying, or do we let him land his plane? Number 9.
Well, I think he has a point in regards to Trump's position on it all, because like I said, Trump ran on no more foreign wars, no more interventionist tactics, and to bring an end to the conflicts. And as we can see, that's not what happened. He's been in line with a lot of these lobbyists. He's also, I mean, again, who funded Trump's campaign this time around? It was the Adelsons, Miriam Adelson primarily, and that came from that money. So, and who is Marianne Adelson? She's one of the most powerful Jewish women in that region and in politics. So when you have these powerful lobbyists that fund a lot of the elements in your campaign and a lot of the elements that happen in your political party, you have to live up to the expectation. And again, the Israel idea and their conflicts with Iran that go back for decades were put up into the forefront. So again, it has a point of what's going on and what Trump did and what he said. Doesn't match what he campaigned on.
Caller, you have the last word. I got to check other calls. Your last word.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say, I'll say this, man. For a lot of folks who think that the United States can do what they do, they ain't got it.
Okay.
If you 40 plus, you understand. The United States had way more muscle 20 years ago. Now it's dead gone.
Thank you for the call. Thank you.
Salute.
Okay. Hang on a second, Gene Richmond. Stay right there. Dawn, I got your Cash App. Thank you so much. Dawn says, great topic. I like to slow the show down from time to time. Thank you for noticing. War and politics are very tricky discussions to have sometimes, but I like to let people talk, and regardless of what their feelings are, and whether I agree or not. Okay. Hold on a second, Gene Richmond. Something I do want to actually, I'll play this after I finish up with you, number 9. Hold on a second. Backlash. Okay, I'll come back to that. Let me bring in one more call. Let me see if this person is ready. You've been on hold there for a while. Hey there, area code 408. Good evening. Are you ready? 408. Yes, no, maybe. Got to keep it pushing. Area code. Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes. Personally, I think Trump and Bibi should be locked up.
Okay. Are you going to expand on that, sir? Expand on that?
Personally, are you a Haitian refugee?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding 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 ding!
You want to expand on that, sir? You've been on hold for a while, and I'm not running you off the line. Come on.
Is Is there something wrong with being a Haitian refugee?
You tell me.
I mean, the end of the day, he run.
Sir, are you there? He hung up. I didn't hang up.
Your GPS is running out, pal.
Now you're of Haitian descent. You detected him right away. That was a good catch.
Immediately, I smelled that tether a mile away. Yo,
Area code 727. Good evening. Are you there?
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. Hey,
we can't do the speakerphone, sir. We can't do the speakerphone. Are you ready? 727.
Yes, sir. You off the speakerphone.
Okay, where do you want to start, sir?
Our girls ungrateful. Yes, sir, man.
Today's woman. Today's
yes,
woman.
Sir, women.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, hey, man, it's a chick that live down the street from me, man.
Don't say names, sir. Slow it down. We're talking.
I'm not.
In general,
man, I go down there every day, talk to her. She has a man. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get with her. She feeling me. I'm feeling her. And you know, I split a little bread with her. You know, I break her off a little bit, this and this and that. But I can't get her to leave her man, even though her man cheated on her, man. So we chop it up every day. I smoke a little tree with her, you know what I'm saying? I smoke language, you know what I'm saying? But, and then at the same time, she acts like she wants to leave him, even though he cheated, but she don't want to give me no butt, bro. She don't want to give me nothing, bro. Like I do it.
Number 9, sit tight. I got this one. Okay, sir, hang on. How old are you? And how long has she been married?
Man, I'm not married. I'm 30. Nah, I just turned 39 in February 28th.
You sound like you're 62. Are you keeping it real?
Man, come on, cut it out, man. I'm really trying to get with this chick, bro. Okay. Like she with the bullshit.
Sir, watch the language. All right, got to get you out of here. I've already said it one time.
I'm sorry about that.
How long has she been married, sir? How long has she been married?
She's not married. She's just with a little boyfriend, man. Okay. She's not married, man. Okay. She just with the BS. Look, so with situationship, man. These girls are not.
Hang on, sir. I can solve this for you very fast. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Take pride in being a side nigga. You've already said you pay for the trees.
That part.
You smoke with her.
That part.
You're the side nigga. She ain't got to leave him.
That part.
You're already spending money, right? Do you take her food? You take her food too. Keep it real.
Yes, sir. I take her food.
You're the side nigga, sir. Case closed. Thank you so much, sir. She ain't leaving him. She's supposed to leave him. Nigga trick, and he's probably buying exotic, and she's smoking the nigga's exotic. Can I get an amen in the live chat? I think this is Boris. Area code 440. Boris, good evening. Are you there?
Здравствуйте, старик, как дела?
Good to talk to you, man. Where do you want to start? I've played a couple of videos here. Iran has widened the missile attacks, and some say they're opening the gates of hell. Boris.
Yes, before I start, I know in your show you do not do shout-outs, but I would like to send my deep condolences to the families of the 6 fallen heroes.
Okay, of course.
That served our great army.
We do acknowledge them.
And
we acknowledge them, absolutely.
Yes, and I would also like to say that it is a privilege to live in a country where you do not have to worry about missiles flying over your head and just live normally. Because I come from that background. Okay? So to address what Iran is saying, Iran is woofing and barking. Them threatening, saying that we will activate sleeper cells in Europe and the USA. You have to do this, Star. Because when you are bleeding, you have to show you are not dying.
Right.
Okay? Iran, when they were surprised by the small heads in the USA, they were playing war music nationwide in the radio to prepare, to make the country, to put them in the right rhythm. They are heavily known to use propaganda videos, even when they're losing. I remember in June, when Israel attacked them, they used AI image supposedly that they downed an Israeli fighter jet, and the fighter jet was larger than a spaceship.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're losing. To address some of the things that some of the previous callers said, I would like to just correct them because they spread some misinformation.
Come on.
Israel is not the only one fighting this war, because USA in the first 24 hours have attacked close to 1,000 targets. As a matter of fact, they have attacked twice the scale as they did in 2003 versus Iraq. Okay. They have shut down. The other caller said that the air defense system were wide open. Rubbish. It was not wide open. It's like saying that you had your house broken into in June and you left the door without a lock since then. No, Iran has had to make some adjustments. Okay, so Israel and USA in tandem have demolished them. Leadership is decapitated. The new leader who replaced Khamenei was taken down. I'm not sure if you know, but today they reassembled like idiots in a building, and 88 of them were unalived. Israel struck down that building. You know what I mean? They are completely, they're losing gas, Star. They're losing momentum. If you check the amount of missiles Iran has shot at rival countries, it has gone down significantly. Okay, so I would like...
Can I jump in a second, Boris? You sent me an email saying President Trump has wanted to go after Iran since 1980. Can you expand on that, please, for those who don't know?
Yes, people are saying, Trump is the puppet of Bibi. Maybe he has some dirt on him. They all have skeletons in their closet.
Of course.
But the thing is, if you want to go the conspiracy route, you have to make it make sense. You cannot say, oh, he is scared. Trump has the power to take out Bibi anytime he wants to. So let's just not make it like he had some scandalous sex parties and now he is scared. It's nonsensical. Trump said it since the 1980s. Trump is a patriot. He was disturbed by the hostage situation in the 70s. He's been having the smoke for the Iranians. People need to educate themselves.
Let me jump in here for a second. And number 9, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Trump went on Oprah Winfrey's show. I forget what year that was, and it's a very famous appearance where he spoke about if he were to run for the presidency, and he said some things. I forget what year that was. Number 9, if you remember, or Boris, and it pretty much seems to be right on target for what's going on now. So yeah, he has been talking about these things over the decades. Number 9, you want to chime in, or do we let Boris continue? Number 9.
Yeah. Well, yes. To get back to that, to Iranians' position right now, they are weakened, and they have to show a show of force. Now, does that mean enacting terrorist attacks? Does that mean regrouping for a new strategy? I don't know. But what I can say is there's an alliance that has always been there. And of course, the United States has always had Israel as their quote unquote number one ally. But again, on the other end, there are politicians, like I said, I talked about Pat Buchanan. I talked about Barry Goldwater, who talked about in this relationship as an ally, they're using us as a defense mechanism to combat their opposition in their region. I mean, it's realistically true. So again, there's the Israel and the United States relationship is very complex. It's not as cut and dry as everybody wants to make it think it is.
Let me jump in right there, and then Boris, you can come behind that. Pause, that was crazy. Do you think that America and the Trump administration, they want Israel to jump out the window so that it then allows them to make strategic moves like what we have going on right now with regards to China and putting their crude oil deliveries in jeopardy? Do you think that's plausible, Boris?
I will give you the best example, Star. Iran likes to call America Big Satan and Israel Little Satan. That's from their POV. From America's POV, when you're you do not have kids, as you like to say, but when a father leaves the home, who does he put in charge? His most trustworthy son.
Yeah, son or daughter.
So this is what America. You're right. So this is what the father does. He leaves the home and he says, now this is your house. You take care of it. The house in this example is the Middle East, because Israel will never say no to America. I know people want to say, no, it is America, Israel who runs the show, but we know that any resources that America wants to take, they will take from Israel. Right. You know what I mean? So yes, America has they have their own interest. They are not helping Iranians because they're dying in mass. They do not. I don't want to say they couldn't care less, but it is not the prime reason that they're helping.
Right.
It is foolish.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes, it makes a sexy headline for the news, but it's not true. Going to war is a multifaceted strategic approach.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, let me
to answer your.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I like to hear people talk. I let them speak and land their planes. But the reality of where we are now, in my opinion, most people don't understand war and politics. And we have to give the military credit because they do such a phenomenal job and they commit themselves to the point where, we don't have to have a full understanding of everything, because the average American, if you were to say, hey, what year did I saw one of these tests before. What year did 9/11 happen? they would get it wrong. They wouldn't put the dates together. But Gene Richmond, do we let Boris land his plane, or do you want to say something else? Gene Richmond.
Yeah, we can definitely engage. This is a good conversation.
Okay. What else do we need to know, Boris, about the upcoming battles?
A few more things, if I may start.
Please. Holy smokes, my whole phone system just went out. Hold on a second, guys. I have to restart. Oh, my goodness.
The comfort.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Hold on. I had to reset.
Somewhere in London.
Hey, Boris, are you there? Hold on. Boris and number 9, I had to reset my phones. I'm sorry. Boris, please continue.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that there is a video in which you have several IRGC members who changed their appearance, changed their look, with shaved beard, with masks on, like COVID masks, going to the border of Afghanistan to seek refuge. And they're waving the white flag. These are the same people Keir Starmer, with his spineless back, will accept in England in a few years' time, and he will make them mayors. They will become mayors eventually there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, it is CIA, I just read somewhere that the CIA has backed up Kurdish militias in northwestern Iran. So there will be boots on the ground fighting on the behalf of America. Okay. So this is only the beginning. Even Trump said that this is, Trump has not brought out his biggest guns yet. Yeah. He's toying with them. He is playing with them for now. He wants to see how much they can take. You know what I mean? And one last tidbit for you, Star. I have boots on the ground myself in Iran. And my sources have told me that the number of civilians that they have killed is somewhere around 35K. These people are stored in storages, and now they're being brought out to show that America and Israel killed these people. This was the strategy all along, to cut the internet and to say that, because if you look at it, it's already at almost 1,000 casualties for the Iranians.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when it was the casualties for the civilians, it was always low. The media always reported the low ballpark number. So you have to do your research with this and not fall for the Iranian propaganda, because they are getting their butts handed to them.
Yeah. Okay. Boris, great to talk to you, and thank you for your emails. Salute.
No problem. Take care. Have a good night. Take care, number 9.
Gene Richmond, hold on a second. Number 9, can you hang on, or you got to go? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, stay right there. All right. Thank you for your comment on the screen. Deeds sent me a video that I want to play. Deeds, my show producer. Let's see what's going on here. Everybody hold on real quick.
Contact information for Americans that need assistance. They have to register with us because as these options begin to open up, and as they open up, we have to be able to call you. We have to be able to reach you. We have to be able to know where you're staying.
The State Department says about 1,500 Americans are seeking help to get out of the Middle East, warning all Americans to leave almost the entire region immediately. Airports at major hubs like in Dubai forced to cope with restricted airspace and outages. According to ABC News, some Americans have had to shelter in place with nowhere to go. The State Department says it is working on securing military aircraft and charter flights for U.S. citizens. Take a good look at your screen right here. The State Department now has a 24/7 hotline to call for assistance in getting out of the region. And that brings us to our question of the day. Do you think a retaliatory attack is likely in the U.S.? We do want to hear from you. To cast your vote, head to our website, thenationaldesk.com.
Okay. Gene Richmond, sit tight. Let me bring a couple of people in. This person has been on hold for a minute. Area code 919. Good evening.
I'm never going to.
Okay, doing too much. Hold on. You can't kill the vibe, folks, when I bring you in. Just can't do that. Area code 561. Good evening. Are you there? 561.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
How's it going? Stars Diaz tapping in.
Hey, man. How are you, sir?
What's up? What's up, number 9? I love listening to you speak, man. I think we think along the same lines.
Okay.
Hey, man.
Star, I think you were absolutely correct when you said that people don't understand about war and politics. But there's one thing that I would like to add to that, and that's capitalism.
Agreed.
War makes money.
Agreed.
War makes money for everybody.
Yeah.
It costs $4 million for a missile. Oil is down. Oil is up today. It was down last week. If you know anything about investing, you're making money on this war.
Yeah.
The stock market is down. Now's the time to get in because it's going to go back up. And, it's unfortunate, but war draws a lot of emotion. It makes people feel patriotic. It makes you feel like a winner. It makes people feel like, we're American. But all that comes at a price. And the price is the young men and women that sacrifice their lives, even though it's all voluntary. Like you said, there is a price for freedom. And unfortunately, it is death. And that's the way it's been since the Civil War, World War I, World War II. And, yeah, man, I mean, I think that Trump is doing a good job. And the other thing I'd like to stress is that we don't really know. We only know what media outlets feed us. And even when you get to the point where you do your own research, you're going to run into a wall. They know what's really going on. We know we can assume like number 9 can, he seems to be politically aware. I think I'm politically aware. I know we're not just fighting a war because Israel said they're going to attack us.
Right.
There's a globalist plan. And one of the main things that we're fighting for is the ocean. Ways to transport stuff from one place to another.
If I can jump in for a second, when I say that most Americans don't understand war and politics, it's not to talk down to them or about them, but we live lives of luxury. I mean, a person in America doesn't have to have the riches that somebody else in another country does. They don't have the freedom that we have here. So, that could be part of the reason. And again, we don't have thousands of years of culture, but are you former military or law enforcement? What is your background?
No, my family is military and law enforcement.
Okay.
I'm just,
But you know, you're.
Let me ask you one more question.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that people had more of an understanding in this country during World War I and World War II than now? Because, you know, America no longer sells war bonds, but they used to, right? They used to sell war bonds. So number 9, you can respond to that as well. Do you think that people of yesteryear had a better understanding, even though they didn't have social media and you know, life moved a little slower? Number 9, you want to speak to that or call it?
Yeah, I think people from the past were definitely in tune to, like you said, World War I and World War II, because it was a different time. The country was very unique. We didn't have the elements that we have today as far as social media, as far as the digital age. And I think war was more imposed on people because it was an obligation at one point in America to serve in the military. No doubt about it. I mean, you had people from all walks of life. You had actors who would go serve in the military during the wars. You had blue collar people. You had people who were in all aspects of American politics. Everybody served because they understood that it was their duty. Now you got niggas talking about tenderism and all kinds of nigga bullshit. They don't understand. They don't understand about war.
Yeah, right. Which brings to the point: is it better to be ignorant about these topics and just go on and live with the blinders on and not know? I mean, I've tried to shut it off, but I just can't because, for one, I got money in the market.
Right. Well,
I can't just shut it off.
I don't hate on people if they're not politically sound today, because again, times have changed, and again, you know, war bonds was a thing once upon a time. So people, as you said, number 9, they had to have a basic understanding. So I don't get mad if somebody's more focused on, I don't know, basketball or anything aside from politics. Go ahead.
So let me ask number 9. Let me ask you a question. So let me ask a question now, because I mean, I look back at this and I studied FDR, and I saw that during the war, he decided that, hey, we cannot change presidents during the war. Right. So if this war goes on to the midterms, do you think Trump can say, hey, we can't change presidents right now during the midterms? We can't lose the House. We can't have any elections.
Number 9, you there?
Well, I think Trump won't say that at all. I think he believes, because of his maverick persona and his ego, that he has this in the bag. I think Trump wants to go all the way. He talks about victory. Trump talks about the golden age that we're in now. He believes that what he's done is in the supreme understanding of fighting for the ability for America's exceptionalism. So Trump wouldn't do that at all. But I believe that there's going to be an uphill battle in the midterms, because the Democrats are going to use this against the Republicans, and they're going to use this against Trump. They're doing it now. And I think the Republican Party, the GOP, has to watch out, because the midterms could take an incredible twist, which will lead us into 2028, and it might not be in their benefit.
Yeah, what they're doing now is they're invoking the War Act, and everybody knows the War Act. You know, they tried to do it with Obama. Republicans tried to do it with Obama, and now the Democrats are trying to do it with Trump. But you know what? The bottom line is, those politicians that are barking on each side, they are all making money on this.
Okay.
Because they know what companies to invest in, because they all have to come before Congress. The lobbyists are all there in Washington, and they're all making money. They just go out and say, as far as the War Act goes, he gave 48 hours notice. He's got 3 months to do something. And then after that, he has to go to Congress. But now they're saying, oh, it says in the War Act, imminent danger. Define imminent danger. That's why you're hearing Marco Rubio out there trying to define imminent danger. Right. How do you define imminent danger?
Can I ask you, was that you or someone else? I'm getting my callers mixed up here. Did you speak about capitalism being a bad thing? Was that you?
No. I think capitalism is a great thing.
Right.
It's what defines us from third world countries.
Right. Absolutely. I'm a capitalist. Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate your call. Thank you for tapping in.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Good talking to you both.
Take care. Okay. Guys, did Jasmine Crockett, what is the status of Jasmine Crockett's campaign? Anybody got any updates? Do you know, number 9? Jasmine Crockett.
She's been on the scene and been making appearances. Again, she's rallying the so-called black and brown and the race communist de facto groups of people to support her. Again, she's pushing that feminist woman of color agenda. So she's around, and I think she's going to play
hold on a second. Deeds, are you out there? Deeds, if you are, can you send me a link, a YouTube link only with regards to Jasmine Crockett? Is she not going to win? Did she lose? Okay, I don't want to just say the wrong thing. Well, hey, hold on a second, everybody. Janet, hey there, Janet, area code 973. Thank you for your emails, Janet. Are you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
Great to hear from you. Do you know what's going on with Jasmine Crockett? I'm trying to be up to the minute here. No?
I think she lost the primary. I think she's on X right now complaining that that the Republicans did something or the other. Or yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Well, where do you want to start, Janet? We're talking about the Iranian missile attacks opening up the gates of hell, according to a few reports. What say you, Janet?
Well, I think we're fighting two battles.
Okay. I
think we're fighting a power battle for, economic gains and political gains globally. And I think we're fighting a religion war. I think that this was pushed by Israel for certain agendas that they want to have, and they've been pushing it for a long time. I think last year, or was it 2024, 2025, when they brought them 5 red cows over there and they want to sacrifice them, they just seen them on the West Bank. News just came out that they just seen them on the West Bank. So we got Zionists. I know it sounds crazy. We got Zionists that pushing an agenda because they want a certain thing to happen. Okay. And then you have the people that's the money people. Now, wars do not make nations money anymore like it used to. When it used to be a war, everybody went. You seen the ladies fixing the airplanes and things as such. It's not like that anymore. Only certain industries make money.
Well, that's why I brought war bonds into the discussion. But hold on a second. Let me say, in case people don't know, thank you for your service, right? U.S. Navy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, I think Trump is on a mission, and he's serious about this mission. China is one of our biggest foes, but I think it's really Japan. But everybody says China, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with the China aspect of this storyline. Okay. And they want to chokehold China oil with the canal they have over there. Okay, so but that's not going to stop because it's going to go the other way around. So I think this right here, this war that we're in. I'm going to have to, as a veteran, I'm going to have to go with my president because whatever he says goes no matter what. Whoa. And I know that sounds brainwashed. That sounds brainwashing and everything, but I took an oath and I stand by that oath. But my whole thing is, if Iran had the ability to make nuclear weapons, I thought like a couple of weeks ago they stopped those plans. Okay. So if they stop those plans, then why are we here now? Right. See, now that's the question. So
not that you had to, Janet, but I forget. Did you see combat?
No, I was behind the computer. Yeah, I already told you what I did.
I forgot.
Don't put that out on the air like that. Don't do that.
Pardon me. We were having a discussion. I always thank you for your service. I forgot. I wasn't trying to
All right.
Slicker sideways, but hey, again, thank you for your service. Gene Richmond, do you want to chime in? I'm talking to Janet, or do you want to let Janet continue? Gene Richmond.
Hey, Janet.
Hey,
you one of those?
Gene Richmond.
Hey, how are you? You weren't one of those women that they did that movie in Netflix with Taraji Henson and all those black women that had the mail. You know what I'm talking about?
Easy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But to get back to the topic at hand,
back to the topic.
you know, because I see that you come with the jokes with me, but I think I got my finger on a pulse of what's going on or what might be going on at a greater percentage.
Janet, you want me to put him on mute? Hold on, Janet. Want me to put him on mute? Put him on mute.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to put him on mute. But I knew I didn't want to call because I knew this was going to happen. But whatever.
Hey, Janet, he's on mute. That's my friend. He's on mute. Go ahead,
okay.
Janet. Get back.
Well, what I wanted to say is like you have Zionists, right? And truthfully, I believe that Israel is just another colony of the United States because we work hand in hand. And we send a lot of money over there, and it seems like everybody that comes over here from Israel is automatically a citizen. So that's why I'm thinking this thing. But my whole point of view is this is more than just oil, because we're not the nations, the citizens are not going to see money from this at all. You can forget about that. Unless you, like you said, invested in war bonds in certain industries, you're going to get some money. Okay.
We benefit in other ways now, you know, and our freedom is for the most part how we benefit, but society is different, and you would know better than me. I'm just you know asking these questions.
Iran don't have anything to do with our freedom.
Okay.
Where we're located geographically on the globe, we have two borders here. We have two borders.
Can I jump in real quick? I mean, I've already gone on record and said I'm more concerned with China as opposed to Iran. But you're right. Iran is just it's dust. Ain't nothing there for us. But go ahead.
Right. I think Iran was pushed for a political agenda that favors Israel. Right. And I think Trump said, okay, hey, you know what? I'm tired of them anyway. I do you a favor. Right. Go ahead, take them over. Give me the oil. We'll expand our beachfront property. Right. And, you know, everything is great.
Right.
I think this is what that is. And I think Israel gets a turn now because they came to Texas and they sent them 5 red cows over there. Because like I said before, when I first met you, I said, don't worry about anything until that dome of the rock come down. If that ever come down, then you worry. They gonna once they sit there and sacrifice those 5 cows, it's gonna be, oops, we made a mistake.
Okay.
And then that's when stuff gonna hit the fan. As that was my first sentence, well, I think one of my second sentence when we're talking global politics, I said, as long as that dome stay where it is, we're going to be okay. But the moment that disappears, the world, you can hang it up. You can hang it up. And they've sitting up here and they got these 5 cows that was just recently located. So they brung them out.
And I hate to cut you short, but do you want to, in layman's terms, tell people what you're talking about? You keep making reference to the cows for those who don't know.
Well, you know, in the Torah and the Jewish religion, they believe that it's a time when they have the 5 perfect cows, they sacrifice them, and then they could build the 3rd temple.
Right.
And now you understand that what's going on with the temple, and it's been going on for all these years. They want to build that temple no matter what. And I think the president over there, I think he. What is he? He wants that.
Ayatollah.
His name Netanyahu. No, with the Israel guy. I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Netanyahu.
Right. Yeah. See, I get twisted with the tongue on that name.
That's okay.
He wants to leave his legacy, I believe, by starting that 3rd temple.
Okay.
You understand, if you have aunts and uncles and whatever that are deep in the church, in just regular church, and they really feel a way about their Bible and things and such, imagine how he feels. Okay. You time that by 100.
Okay. Jen, I have to take other calls. I appreciate you and your time. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Janet tapping in.
That was painful.
Easy. Hey, whoa. Take it easy. I got somebody calling in from Trinidad and Tobago. Area code 868. Are you really in Trinidad and Tobago? Your phone's breaking up. 868. We can't hear you.
Yeah, you know.
No, it's really bad. Connect. Can you call back? I want to talk to you because I'm coming to Trinidad within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Call back. Yeah. Number 9. You got any experience with women from Trinidad? I'm intrigued. I never have been before. Gene Richmond.
I dated a woman from Trinidad. Pretty spicy. Let me tell you.
I've known some.
Had to leave her because
I'm sorry.
Had to leave her because she was a little bit too black. But in the beginning, she showed promise.
You know, the whole thing, I forgot that they don't allow profanity in public over there. You can literally do 10 days in jail or something like that. So then I started going down the rabbit hole, and I said, you know, what has been preventing me from going to Trinidad and Tobago? And then I started thinking about Carnival, that whole celebration of hedonism. And I said, I don't go to that place. But upon more research, it seems appealing to me. Have you ever been there?
I've never been, but I've heard men get turned out when they get out there. I hear it's a very bizarre experience, but fruitful and beneficial.
All right, hold on a second. We got one more call here, and then I got to switch it up here. Area code 586. Good evening. Are you there? 586.
Yes, sir. I'm calling in. I'm scared. I'm shook, man.
Well, we can't do the headset or whatever you're doing. So you want to call back? It's very noisy.
No. Here, I got you. I got you right now. Okay, how's that?
It's a little better, but are you driving? You at work? What's going on, sir?
No, Star, I'm shook, just like you. You know, you.
Yeah, but sir, I can't let you kill the vibe. Oh, that's cute. Ha ha ha. Bitch ass nigga. Hold on a second. Let me add him to the list. Calling here talking tough, bitch ass nigga. Trying to kill the vibe. I don't care about you, shit. Gene Richmond, are you there? Number 9.
Typical nigger.
Yeah.
Typical nigger. Probably smoking a blunt, peeing in a tenement hallway somewhere.
He's driving a forklift and calling here on the headset. Area code 602. Good evening. Are you there? 602.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. What do you want to start?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, add my 2 cents with what's going on. And I heard you say, you know, you're very concerned about China, and honestly, you know, you should be.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about the Iran thing. You know what's going on in Iran right now. That's just the beginning. I mean, I think President Trump, and from what I can tell, it kind of sounds like your audience might be pro-Trump, which no issue with that. But I got to be honest with you. I really think President Trump is making a big mistake here. I think
Well, this is the objective perspective. So I have a very diverse audience, and I let people speak. I don't want them to be ashamed. But are you anti-Trump?
Oh no, I'm not. No, sir. I'm not shaming your audience if you're pro-Trump. Hell, my brother voted for Trump. Okay. I didn't, but my brother did. Okay. So I got no issues with it.
But hang on a second, because again, I said earlier, you know, the president, respectfully, is the chump in the front. Congress pulls the strings, and Congress has wanted a piece of Iran's ass for a lot of years. Even Hillary Clinton was talking about invading or bombing Iran. Yes?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hell, even before Hillary Clinton. I mean, ever since the Iranian hostage, the hostage crisis in Iran back in the 70s. I mean, we just didn't. Yeah, when he was overthrown, I mean, hell, we wanted to, we've wanted to go into Iran ever since. I mean, hell, I was in Iraq.
Thank you for your service. You served?
Yes, sir. I was Army, and I went back as a government contractor.
Thank you so much.
Later on.
Thank you. If we can go back for a second with regards to China, I'm trying to get fully in the loop here. Yeah, I'm concerned because what do we have? 1.4, 1.6 million soldiers. China has, and correct me if I'm wrong, China has over 2 million, right? Actively, I forget how that goes, but they have more foot soldiers. So I'm concerned with regards to, what they may do in response, possible retaliation over this crude oil. Can you speak to that?
Well, I don't know the size of their military, but you are correct that, China, believe it or not, has always had a larger manpower-wise, has always had a larger military force. The only thing that they didn't have that they're building now, and this is what makes them scary, is now they got a Navy. They didn't have a Navy before.
Right.
Like you could have the largest army, but if you can't get them across the ocean, that big army can't do anything.
Right.
They didn't have aircraft carriers before. Now I think they got 3, and they're working on the 4th one.
Right.
They couldn't feed their troops before. If they deployed troops, they couldn't feed them. They couldn't support them. Like we had aircraft carriers. If you ever noticed the last wars we fought, we were launching sorties from bases and like Al Udeid and Qatar. We had bases in Kuwait. We would have an aircraft carrier right off the coast. We had good logistics because you got to remember, you got to feed your troops. You got to classes 1, 3, and 5: food, fuel, ammo.
Okay, if I can,
you can't fight a war.
If I can just read this, and you correct me if I'm wrong. This is just AI overview. China has a larger military by personnel and total ship count, boasting over 2 million active duty troops. However, the United States maintains a more powerful military overall with superior technology, a higher defense budget, and greater global power projection capabilities. So again, thank you for your service. This is a very worthy topic tonight because there have been in the last 48 hours advances. Do you want to speak to that at all and what you think civilians like myself should know? Because a lot of us we're looking at the news, but I don't know if we're really taking it serious. What say you?
I have to concur with that statement. That basically, you're correct that China. What I think the people don't see is China's getting squeezed right now from all sides. So is Russia. They're getting squeezed up there, battling in Ukraine. You got to remember, Venezuela. That was, they were pretty close to China and Russia. Maduro's gone now. Cuba. They're out of fuel. They lost. Syria was when they had Bashar al-Assad in power. They were aligned with the Eastern Bloc countries like Russia and to a lesser extent China. And then you got Iran. Once Iran falls, and remember, China gets a lot of oil from Iran. So now they're building, and you just read it off of AI there, that China's building their military up. Well, guess what? They're going to need some oil to run those ships, to run their tanks and things of that nature. So, they're getting squeezed there. And then let's not forget Taiwan.
Yeah, I was just about to say Taiwan is no pushover. People think it's that China could very easily take it over, but there's different things here with regards to the different geographic challenges, risk of U.S. involvement, economic ruin, high political risk, and other things. But stay with me. I'm enjoying what you're saying. Number 9, do you want to chime in, or do we let this man land his plane? Gene Richmond.
Well, you know, is absolutely right when it comes to China, but we have to look at it directly. China has a vast interest in the American economy. I mean, they consume a lot of our productivity comes from China. So to engage in a conflict with us wouldn't be wise on a social and economic level. I mean, 2 years ago, Xi Jinping was playing basketball with Gavin Newsom in his visit to the United States. So I don't think that conflict is what China and the United States wants together because of the social and economic implications.
But will they be forced, number 9, by way of that oil that's, going through the canal, that's being jeopardized right now? Will they be forced to?
Well, you don't have to force their hand if they don't need it. I don't think China needs to intervene because, again, they have resources and they have their own access.
Okay.
I personally don't think they have to intervene at all. And if they do, it's a choice that they make on a strictly political one.
Okay.
I don't think it's economic, and I don't think there's a social gain to it at all.
Okay. Caller, back to you.
Well, I just wanted to say where I do disagree with you on is when you said that you don't think that there's going to be an issue. Like I said, China is, in my opinion, is being squeezed into an issue because, like I said, this whole Iran thing, that's where their oil comes from. And then you got to remember, President Trump has put in tariffs. China was was our I want to say either our largest or our second largest trading partner. China is losing a lot of money right now. There's a lot of money thanks to President Trump that they're not getting anymore. And this whole thing with the dollar, that's just too much power, I guess, to think of it from a Chinese perspective. That's just too much power. Just look at the situation, what happened in Russia. As soon as we do something that the United States doesn't like, well, they're going to just sanction us and take away our dollars. My economy is now in the toilet. As far as Taiwan goes, Taiwan has been part of China. Technically it is China. Technically, it's the remnants of the old Chinese government.
Okay.
So, they're going to want that back. I mean, that's been us thumbing our nose at China,
right.
Since the 50s.
Okay. I appreciate the call and thank you for chiming in on the topic.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. All right. Jane Richmond, I'm going to let you land your plane because I am going to shift gears, take a break, and come back and get into a different topic. Land your plane, take your time, Jane Richmond.
Well, I just want to say that this conflict is a very interesting one, and it's going to be very remarkable to see where this goes. There's a lot of uncertainty, and the people actually don't know what comes next. It's destabilization, it's uprising, and it's turmoil. So I think as a country, the United States, I think we should be concerned, not just with our day-to-day comings and going. I think this is an important element. It's going to affect us economically, which it does, socially, and politically. So it's going to be very unique to see where this goes.
All right. Hey, Matt, thank you for your time. We'll talk tomorrow, I'm sure.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right.